Hey guys, welcome back to Impossible Mowers. In today's video, we are going to be installing new parts on the 68 140 John Deere. We got all the tools, classic WD-40, and of course, all of the stuff we're going to be putting into it, which you'll see later in this video. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to Impossible Mowers, and in today's video, this will be part one of getting this John Deere running and driving. And I'll show you guys what I've done so far. So what we've done is I have sanded down to the best of my abilities the solenoid. I might pop it off again if it acts up, but I think last time I threw a battery in it, I did hear it click. So hopefully that behaves. I got a head gasket, new ignition switch, because ours is pooched. You'll see here, every single wire here is corroded. I mean, just really bad. So what I've done was I have bought a brand new ignition switch, but with it a wire coupler, they call them wire spacers on eBay, but basically it's this kind of setup. But for an ignition switch, it just keeps the wires in one spot instead of having to take out every single one, and just makes it easier to install. I will put a picture on the screen here just a little bit when we go to install the ignition of the order you're supposed to put the wires in the ignition. That's why they're color coded, which I will show you in a minute. And if some of you guys don't remember, in our Christmas special video, I will leave a link for that below. This is a 1969 John Deere 140. It's got the classic hydraulics to lift and lower the blade, and also we got hydraulics to the front and the back. So that's pretty awesome. We have the original motor, which is cast iron K31 Kohler, or K30-1. And it's pretty cool. I mean, looks kind of like a car filter here, but I mean, it's a really neat item. We tried starting this in the winter, which is a really bad idea because it's really hard for these things to start and gain that compression up. When we saw, if you guys saw the Christmas special, our head gasket was just destroyed. It was pooched. The best we could do was just clean it out and just buy a new one, which I have done in our little goodie box there. But the head gasket was just annihilated. There was pretty much nothing there, just pieces. Spark plug was gone. This isn't the stock spark plug, which is why there's going to be a part 2. I have to wait for the original to come back because I bought a new one. This is just one that fits, and the threads fit too, so I'm not cross-threading. And I just have it there to, make sure there's no holes so we don't get water inside the combustion chamber. I've also taken out there it is right there, the battery tray. I mean, that thing is just done. I went to go put the battery in it and it just fell right off. So I bought a new one of those. That's coming in too. I bought brand new connecting cables. So for a positive and negative, we'll still use these just for now, but that is not going to work in an ideal situation to run this all the time. So I got just brand new ones. I'm not messing around. And that's what we've done so far, and all the gauges work, which is pretty cool. I was able to test it out with my electrical tester that's in the shop. We were able to just plug the wires in, just see which ones are receiving electricity and which ones work, and every gauge, every switch on here works. The only ones that didn't work was the solenoid, but like I said, we did clean those out, and I heard it click, and it rotated the motor a little bit. Just jumping the solenoid, as you've seen me do in previous videos with Chuck. So hopefully that behaves. We will take that apart if we have to, but that's what we've done so far. So enough talk, let's dig in. I will show you guys what I have bought. We'll start off with here. We have, this is all just stuff we've always had. a spark tester so we can test for spark. I know a lot of you old timers out there know that you can just turn the ignition on and then tap or open and close, open or let go. There we go. The coil so it creates spark, and that's when you can tell you have spark. But in my condition, it is really hard to see this thing. I mean, if you're looking at it like that, I don't know. I guess you could see it, but it's really, really hard. But that is the case, and the owner left this cap open, which is a really not a good thing because it probably messed up a lot of the potential for this thing to spark. And I did get a cap. If you saw the Christmas special, we did have the original cap, and it is right here. Thank God it didn't rain, but I had it open just a couple minutes ago to just kind of sand this all down. But it's never a good thing to do. I should have seen that. I should have closed the cap, but we did not have any rain through the past week, so we got lucky. But that could have been a bad situation there. But anyways, so we got the spark tester. We have a brand new head gasket, which we got from Stens. You can see it fits the K series. It fits the Kohler M12-M14 and the Kohler K24-1-K32-1. So it basically fits anything between the K24 series and the K32 series, and mine falls right between that area because this is a K30-1. And this fits anything up to a K30-2, so this should fit. We have our ignition switch. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but this is from HG Switch Performance. Get that out of the way. If I can pull it out, I can show you guys. Here it is. The new ignition. Quite beautiful. Not an ounce of corrosion. You can see there's ignition, solenoid, magneto, battery. So you kind of gotta know how to plug these in. And just to make it simple on myself, here's what I was telling you guys. I got one for both mowers. They come with these little golden clips. So you just crimp the wires on, and you stick those clips into these black things, these little black holders, and it makes it so you can just kind of in and out all at once instead of having to go individually. I did buy some ether. I wasn't anticipating on us starting the mower today, just kind of installing the parts because we do have a lot of them. We got the head gasket, ignition switch. I did install the solenoid. That was a big hassle, but we do have a lot of wiring to do, clipping and crimping. So without further ado, let's get on to it. We will start with the ignition first. So let me just stop the camera right now, find a good spot to put the camera so you guys can see, and I'll start it back up when we're ready to crimp. Alrighty guys, we are back. So I'm going to haul out our brand new ignition. Just get it here. Alrighty. So we got our parts and our new ignition. If you look on your screen right now, you will see a picture of a diagram, and if you look at the diagram closely, I'll leave it up here for a few seconds. You can see it tells you where to put the purple, orange, red, green, and blue wire, which indicates the sensors, solenoid, starter, points and condenser, just kind of where that ignition takes that electricity. And you'll see which way to plug it in. But before I plug mine in, I'm going to install these onto our wires. A lot of you people out there might be thinking, why? I mean, it's not necessary, but it does protect the wires from corrosion. this black thing I'll show you here, it really acts like a case. It protects the wires on the inside, but makes it so that it's plugged in and out. And if I have my ignition here, I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. Something like that. So you just plug it in like that, and then you unplug it like that, like on our Craftsman, so you don't have to keep unplugging them individually. And I thought, why not? Because most of every single wire here is just corroded to the tooth. So let me get my wire cutters here. There we go. And we are going to get these wires out of the way. This looks like a warning light sensor right here. Man, the flies are crazy this year. Got a whole bunch of them. Don't know if you can see them on camera. Alrighty. Here we are. Whew, that took a hot second. So these wires right here are the wires that are not being very nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I knew there's one more wire we're missing. Ah, there we are, number 5. Okay, so we're gonna cut all of these wires nice and flush. Just kind of throw those away. I want to cut them till you see that nice golden coppery wire. That's what we're looking for. Let's see. Yeah, they're still good. I'm glad they didn't corrode all the way. That would have not been a good thing. I can just get the wire. There we go. Good heavens. Okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. I can just crimp it. And see what I'm doing here. 5. There we are. Kind of got to find them and grab them as you go. Actually, that one looks okay. I might leave. Nah, I'll crimp it anyways. Even though it looks okay, I mean, I might as well just, while I'm in the area here. This has some sort of a blue clip. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like a blue clip right here. Don't know why. Okay. Let me try to work this off. I don't want to spend all day on the camera wasting battery trying to get this out. So let me get that out, clip it, and we'll do the next step. Alright guys, we're back. I got the phone here. My DJI cut out on me, but there we are. It is all finished. We have the purple, pink, green, red, and orange wires plugged in. You can see that. Beautifully done. 10 out of 10. So now we mount the ignition. You always want to put the ignition without the bolt in first and then put the bolt after, and I'll show you what I mean here. So without tipping the camera over, I'm going to put this sucker in. Come on. Don't know why it's being difficult. I hope I don't have a bent prong. I've had that problem before. There we go. Guess I just wasn't pressing hard enough. That is what we are looking for, folks. Right there. Neatly done. And you can see how you can just plug it and unplug it within one full thing. It looks like it has to go in more, but that's just the way they were made back in the day. That little gap right there. It doesn't feel like it wants to go in more anyways. Okay. So, the tricky part. All right, so what you want to do first before putting the ignition in is you want to know which side it's going to be turning. So if I have the ignition like this, I'm going to put my key in. I'm going to realize it's going to turn like that. It's going to turn clockwise. So I want this ignition, so if it's going to turn like that, yeah. You want to use the key as a reference point so you're putting the ignition in the right way. Okay, so that ignition's going to go in there like that. Can't forget your washer. Not too sure if you guys can see this or not. Sure hope you can. And your ignition. Jesus. The gnats are pretty bad over here. And there you have it. An installed ignition switch, brand new. All that's left to do here up front is just tighten that bolt, and then that is groovy. To keep in mind, this wiring harness has been modified. You can tell it's been modified on any of these old tractors, especially with that one. You could tell someone's modified it. When you look on the wiring diagram, it says, for this one, it says purple is for the starter kill switch. So when you shut the key off, kills the magneto, and it also starts the turning process for the starter. That is a purple wire, and on this you can see the purple wire right up here. Sorry for the exposure on the camera, it's just the sun. You can see the purple wire very clearly right here. And you can see these 2 points are the grounds to one of these sensors here. On this one, this is a, I think it's a 76 317. I might be wrong. Don't count on me being right on that one, but it's the same wiring concept. Red, orange, wait, no, red, green, orange, purple. Red, green, orange, purple, red. And that's the same thing for this tractor, but you can see someone's modified it because the red and the purple are put together to go for the solenoid wire. It's really interesting. I can show you here. Maybe in the purple and the white. It's really hard to see, but right where you see that blue, just go a little higher, right there. There's that dirty red. That is supposed to be the purple wire, but it's a red wire that is cut and spliced to a different color of wire. Looks like a pink wire. And then there's a purple wire that's down right in there, and that is cut and spliced to a white wire. So someone's definitely modified it. What could have happened is that in the past, the wire could have gotten exposed to some elements, corroded, and someone just did a field fix or farm fix and just had whatever wire they had on them. And that's not a bad idea, but the problem is if you don't have them labeled, someone like me who just got them and is just looking at them for the first time in a while, you're not going to know that change until you start to replace something like the ignition, because you got to get the order correctly, otherwise it's not going to fire. Or it could be a chuck problem where it'll fire but it won't shut off. So you got to make sure you have the correct order, not only to be safe but also to make it run. So that's why I always just look at the service manual, and if I don't have one, I'll look up the wiring diagram just to triple check with myself that I got everything plugged in. Thankfully no one's meddled with this one, although you can kind of see that something happened here. Something short-circuited. He probably blew a wire, but you can see the warning light sensor has been duct taped right here. So that is definitely something we will be looking at here. I blew Chuck's wiring harness and had to get a new one because I saw that from somebody. Didn't think too much of it and just kept running it. And when I went to go put in the fog lights from my off-road modification, the damage had already been done. She burnt out on me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pop the head off and put in the new gas tank. Good Lord, my phone is freaking out with the exposure. We're going to be putting in the brand new head gasket and doing that. So stay tuned. Alright guys, we're back. We're just about to take the head off here. I'm just going to quickly burp this baby off. We are using a 9/16 D-bolt socket, and we're going to be impacting this off because I already had them off before, but they were such a pain in the you-know-what. It's a pain in the keister to get off, so I'm going to give them a little bit of love here. Not too much. I don't want any of that to go into the crankcase, so I'm just going to... little bits. That's all we need. Just those couple of bolts were giving me trouble. So we're going to grab our D-bolt impact. Okay. We'll have to get that one up. Easy peasy. No, that's nice. That is beautiful. Look at that. Still got that WD-40 we put in there from a while back. Alright, always keep the bolts and washers in a safe place. I have not opened this ever since the Christmas special, so, and like I said, this is not a, I never, I think I've said this before, I've never written, or scheduled, gotcha, never written or scheduled these videos. They just, I find the time and I just do it, so it's basically the first for me, as just as much as it is the first for you. Some might say that's dangerous, but I think it's pretty fun at the same time. Let me look in here for a deep socket because we're gonna need it. 9/16 deep socket. Takes a bit for me to look. Well, I guess we'll just kind of guesstimate here, since we're good at doing that. Nope, I can tell you that's not going to be it. That is it. Bingo. First try, I love it. Perfect. Okay. Gotta remember these washers. Okay, we're not missing any other washers. Pop the head off here. Yeah, you can see there's nothing there. Not a thing. Looks pretty decent though. Ooh, I am seeing a lot of crud here. Okay, valve and valve. Okay. That's okay. Close the valve. We don't want anything to get in there. Let me just pick this out. See all that carbon in there? Not terrible, but not ideal either. That that does not feel good. I feel a lot of scoring right here. Shoot. Sure hope nothing's wrong. Might possibly have to dingle hone. Shoot. Let me get back to you guys as I quickly have a look at this. Alright guys, what I'm going to do, I've made my own decision. I'm still going to put the new head gasket in here, and we're just going to have to wait until we get it dingle honed. I had my buddy come over. He said it wasn't too bad. It could have gotten worse, but he said to try and dingle hone it very lightly and just see what that does. Try smoothing it all out. And if that doesn't work, then sadly it's motor out and put something new or used in. So not looking too good, but it is what it is. The person I did get this from really used it. I mean, just trying to open this head gasket here. The person who did own this really used it. I mean, they used it. Let's see, am I good with head gaskets? I am excellent with head gaskets. Nice. So we're still gonna put it in, but that sucks to the teeth because it's not the best news I want to be hearing right now. It takes a lot to get these motors out and to put a new one in. I mean, holy smokes. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. We'll just put this head back on. I'm a little worried because I was really hoping to get this video done and have no problems, and then just see, crud keeps falling in there, and then run it for you guys, and we can, I don't know, mow a lawn or something. I guess it's not gonna happen. Not quite yet. So let me put this head back on, and I'll get back to you guys when I'm done with that. Well guys, that is it for today's video. Kind of bummed out that we had that happen. Like I said, I'll have to call one of my buddies down and have them have a second look and just kind of give me the verdict on what our game plan is. So without further ado, like, comment, subscribe. Please check out the Impossible Mowers Patreon page. I will leave a link for that as well, and our Instagram page. And there will be a part 2 series for this lawn tractor, and I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully nothing bad, but if it needs a new motor, it needs a new motor. With all that said and done, like I said, hope you all stay safe, and I'll catch you all next time.